they trying to, they can't get out in front of it fast enough. That's the problem. Now they trying to spam my account and my posts. They trying to stop my posts from popping up now. You know what I'm saying? Now they trying to spam my posts now. Give me community guidelines now, like I did something. No, how y'all try to punish the good people? That shit don't mean I'm not y'all whipping boy. Y'all trying to punish the good people because we don't want to live in y'all world full of fuckery. So y'all trying to punish the people that points the stuff out. Wow. Wow. The world we live in is upside down, truly. They try to punish the people that point out the chaos. I don't care. I don't care if I'm not invited to the cookout. If y'all got that type of shit happening to the kids at the cookout, I don't want to be invited to the cookout. How about that? You know? That's how I feel about it. If that's the type of shit that y'all got going on with the kids, then count me out. And I'm glad. I'm glad the detective is subpoenaing the blood test, a DNA sample. I'm glad. She ducked this DNA sample for how long? It took a whole unaliving and a whole murder case just to get the DNA of when she could have just gave Ronnie that the first place and let the situation be what it was. But it took a whole investigation just to get a DNA sample. Come on, that's crazy. That's crazy. And when it turns out that the baby is his, they better name a street after Ronnie in Baltimore. Or wherever he's from, wherever street he was on, they better name the street after my boy. It took a whole detective. It took a whole detective and a whole investigation just for us to get a DNA sample of Junior. That's crazy work. It took a body to drop just for us to get a DNA sample for Junior. That's crazy work if you ask me. I ain't never seen a man go through so much to try to be the father of a baby only to get unalive and a whole investigation got to get put up just to find out they was ducking that DNA test that fucking bad. Everybody that helped her duck it and played the game, they was complicit. That's conspiracy after the fact. At least you knew he was fighting for a DNA test and y'all all played some type of role in helping him and deflecting him from getting it, right? I think that right there, I think they all deserve to be charged with something. I think everybody got to take a little bit of accountability for this one right here. I think all of them need to take a little bit of accountability. I don't give a fuck. Put them in the same place that what's that lady name is that was playing tennis and shit in the federal court. Put them in the same place they was in. I don't give a fuck, but all of them need to take accountability in this one. All the Christian rock fans, everybody need to take accountability for this one right here. That is simple. All the pages that play the disinformation, if your name is in the text messages of playing the games and all of that shit, giving information back to Whack 100 so he can get content off of it and act like, yo, Ack, I got a story for you, Ack. Academic, I got a story for you. Hey, run that shit, Ack. Oh, okay. Okay. All of them should be charged. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. Don't y'all think? I think all of them should be charged. And they did exactly what I said. If you was over on the other page with us before we just ended the live, What I say? I said, let's let's drop the live and see if any of them go live. And what happened? We dropped the live, and then less than 10 minutes later, the knot goes live with Ronnie in his chat in his title. The knot goes live as soon as we drop the live and stop going live. I asked y'all, I said, what y'all think? Y'all think if we stop, if we end the live, you think one of them will go live? Y'all was like, no, no, no. But look, they got to come out and protect that ego, don't they? They got to come out and protect that ego. I said, watch, let's see who comes out if we end the live. As soon as we end the live, the knock schedules a live for 4:30 and goes live. Coincidence? I think not. They was too busy all watching me to even try to put a live together. They was too busy watching me. And then when I stopped going live, that's when they try to hurry up and put a live together real quick. Get your ass out of here. Cause y'all keeping tabs. Y'all know y'all keeping tabs. Y'all trying to see what y'all can hurry up and get out in front of to try to take the narrative and control the narrative. But the narrative ain't y'all's no more. You could do all the Blue Rock TV interviews you want. You could do all the deflection. Oh, Krishan is just crazy by herself. Yeah, y'all like to play with mental patients. And then if Krishan is crazy and all of y'all play with her like that and play with her like that, then that makes y'all crazy too. Cause why ain't none of y'all pick up on that shit and say, you know what, we shouldn't play with her like that. Something ain't right. So all of y'all played and try to use Krishan as a fucking guinea pig so y'all can all get content to build for a great story. Oh, y'all was just doing some modern day soap opera shit out here, huh? Y'all was just on some modern day soap opera shit, huh? With real people's lives. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. And that's why I refuse I refuse to play the game. When you see when you see people come over here, get in the box, still doing that same bullshit, you see me. I opt out. Excuse me. All they want to do is put me in a fight with them and then try to get somebody to physically try to fight me or do some weird shit like that. Like y'all do the same shit over and over again. Y'all don't make no sense. Y'all try to insult people's intelligence, undermine people just because they don't got numbers, just because they ain't buying or buying these fake numbers and looking like they important, so on and so forth, right? Y'all ain't real. Y'all the real NPCs. Y'all lack empathy. Y'all lack sympathy. Y'all lack the ability to even say that somebody else have an emotion. The only emotion that y'all know is y'all own. Everybody else, y'all don't even think they come with emotions, none of that stuff, unless they're attached to you. It's narcissistic. Now you coming to find out that we live in a world full of them, and they all gather together. Hmm? Yeah. I mean, she was getting paid off her own pain and suffering until she put it on Junior. Then she thought she was just gonna get paid off of Junior's pain and suffering, right? And then when she get done, eliminate Junior and then get paid off with the sympathy of losing him, right? Same thing they did to her. Find somebody that's in a lower bracket, in the lower, don't have the money, and then, you know, hold them and make them perform for you and all types of stuff and use your money with possession and ownership. The operation of the currency, fiat, right? Downplay everybody else that don't got money. Why you gonna believe him? He dirty, he pissy, he ain't got shit. Oh, he's this, he's that. Y'all shouldn't believe him, right? Ain't that what they say? Don't you see Whack 100 doing that? Don't you see Danny Robinson doing that? Don't you see all these YouTubers, content creators? Don't you see them all doing the same thing? Pay attention to the patterns, right? That's not iron sharpening iron. You going to try to take somebody's truth and make it and turn it into a lie, that's not iron sharpening iron. You know what I mean? That don't have the way that they did it, the way that they went about all of this stuff to build content coming from Clubhouse. Man, I hope they all go down for that shit. Cause they've been, who knows how many other people they've been doing this shit to. I watch a lot of people, they try to make look crazy. Watched a lot of people that try to come out and bring these content creators their truth. Whole time, the content creators in touch with their ops. Damn, ain't that crazy? Whole time you going there thinking that this content creator is helping you to get justice, and the whole time that content creator is in touch with your op. Damn. No wonder why Ray J said OPP platform killer, because he put a whole bunch of people out there on the internet that's protecting platforms, so they're going to get close to the opposition of the platforms and then destroying the opposition's platforms by going and maybe corn bombing them and showing their breasts, or going to say a bunch of stuff that's going to interfere with the algorithm and get their page taken down. Oh, man, that's the same thing that's going on in the black tea sector. And then what they do, they act like their page is getting attacked so they can lose their page to hide the evidence. It's crazy. It's crazy the patterns that they're using right now. And it's not ironic that all of them are using the same pattern. That says organized. That says organized. I'm thinking that you mean to tell me it's just monkey see, monkey do? No, it's because they're all organized. No wonder why when I got, when I linked up with the Knot back in 24, when we was trying to talk about the Jaguar thing, when I had a chance to talk to Ronnie, no wonder why the Knot said, oh, I can see him messing up everything that I got going on. I didn't get what he meant when he said that. I was like, what the fuck? How you mean you can see me messing up? The reason why you got to create a beef with me, or the reason why you trying to cut me off, or whatever you call yourself doing, is because you could see me messing up everything that you got going on. What did that mean? I didn't get it. But now I fucking get it. Now I really fucking get it. And it's sad. No wonder why when I was in that Freeman situation, he texted my phone and said, I hope you unalive on that hill. No wonder why. But now it all makes sense. Controlled fucking opposition, leading you to your death or getting you locked up. Controlled opposition, leading you to your unaliving or leading you to charges. Damn, y'all are fucked up. And y'all made money off of that shit like that. That's crazy. That's even more disturbing. Makes me go back to Jaguar and Shaquita Berry. I don't know why that name just popped up. Shaquita must be here right now or something. Her presence must be here right now or something, because why did that come out like that? Why did Shaquita Berry and Jaguar Wright, why did that come out? Oh, because that's another person that unalived theyself, and Jaguar said she trolled herself to unaliving. Uh-huh. Starting to sound real fucking familiar, these patterns. These patterns are starting to look real familiar out here now. Damn, this shit getting dark. I'm telling you, man, where is Cash Patel? Not even Cash Patel. Cash Patel too busy fighting woke, the Democratic woke. But we need somebody protecting content creators, because obviously something's going on. Either the content creators that's creating content is, causing some type of chaos and using the crisis of other people's real life in order to come up, or, it's not, come on, it ain't that. It's the scamming that's going on now is beyond me, right? And we need to put a stop to it. That's the truth about it. We need to put a stop to it. The level of scamming that's going on right now, the level of like this online shit that's going on where people are losing their lives, like it's too many people losing their lives, and it's pointing back to internet beefs. We need a task force for this. You know what I'm saying? I know all these platforms claim that they don't promote violence, but how is all these people getting in beef with each other if y'all platforms is stopping certain variations of, content from getting pushed out there? There's no way it's this much beef coming from content creators if your platform is not supposed to have that type of level of stuff. If it's supposed to be fucking rainbows and butterflies, how is people beefing on platforms that tell us the rules and regulations are supposed to be rainbows and butterflies? How are people losing their lives? You know what I'm saying? It's not making sense, man. Because they're getting paid off the beef. Because controversy sells. So, if YouTube does not care, and this is going on, like, I don't even know how much that detective got to comb through. I would like to shake that detective's hand, because I don't even know how much that detective had to go through just to get to the point that he's at right now, to come to the conclusion that this was about ego and someone trying to protect their ego and their image online. Like, he had to go through a bunch of shit. And the way that they planting all this disinformation out there, Quail out there faking to send it in his direction, only to realize that somebody wanted him to fake the. That's why Ronnie said, Krishan is a thinker. She thinks. That's why he said, Krishan is a thinker. She sits there and she thinks. She conjures up this shit. And I don't know, maybe Blueface had to get to her in Miami and delete some stuff out her phone, or maybe he had to try to get the story straight to detach himself from it. Or maybe he went down there to get some information. I don't know. It's just ironic that he got swatted and then he ended up with a plane ticket, or ended up in Miami. That's very, ironic right there, that he got swatted and then got a plane ticket to go to Miami. So he might have been working. He might have been, I don't know. We're going to see the way this cookie crumbles. I promise you. This going to be big. And I'm going to the trials that's on the East Coast. I'm going to all the trials that's on the East Coast. Y'all might want to go to the trials that's on the West Coast. Well, Zeus Network wanted to make it into Hollywood. I don't know if they wanted to make it into Hollywood like this. And with Whack 100 and all these other platforms posting it, they can't flip the narrative now. You know that? They can't flip the narrative now. They gotta play this shit out. Because to flip the narrative now, they can't. There's no way they could protect it. Because what they gonna do? Put defamation of character on all the platforms that aired about information that they found online? We found all of this information online. The internet is undefeated. Anything about Ann or any bodies or any things that was sealed up, or all of the stuff that we found, that we talked about, whatever the case may be, it was online. They made it public, we made it publicer. That's all. The internet is undefeated. But they can't flip this. There's no possible way. This is 3 bodies around this one person, and y'all can't say that she has something to do with something? That what y'all telling me? She ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and there's 3 bodies around her already? And she just an innocent bystander, huh? You see the pun? Y'all catch the pun? Did y'all catch it? Y'all ain't catch it. Y'all ain't catch it. Y'all did not catch it. Y'all did not catch it, TikTok. I'm telling you, y'all don't be on that shit like I be on that shit. You understand? Oh. Yo, you know you're in the box? All right, come on with it.
Okay, I was thinking, while Rashawn Mama went to the mental hospital, is to avoid being questioned by the detective and also to make whatever she has to say not credible. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's the reason why her mother went to the admitted herself to the mental hospital.
I think so too. I
Mm-hmm.
think so too. She played. She played 7:30 before Krishan could play 7:30. She
Mm-hmm. And
pulled a Krishan
Krishan
on
wants to
Krishan.
play it too.
You say what?
I said, I think Krishan is having that in her mind too, like she wants to do the crazy card or whatever.
I think Krishan. I think if she couldn't put it on Blue, or she couldn't put it on her mom, not not the body, because remember, Blue was supposed to take the fall for Ronnie, right? Crime of passion. He loved Krishan so much he couldn't see nobody else doing it. That was supposed to be Zeus Network big way into, you know what I mean? But that was the reverse card because really it was Krishan who was crushing on Blue so tough that she was willing to, pay somebody to do this and so on and so forth. But if you look at the way she projected it, she made it seem like Blue was so madly in love with her that he would do anything. Like
Yeah,
risk
trying to
going to
bring her.
jail, getting on planes, risk going to jail, coming to Baltimore, so on and so forth. So that was the
Yep.
image that they was playing on, right? Because I kept trying to figure out. But if Blueface know, yeah, I can hear you now. But you see what I'm saying though? If Blueface know this, why do Blueface keep going to her, right? So then I'm thinking like, okay, Blueface blinded by the money. So Blueface in it for the money, blinded by the money, you know, chasing the money, right?
Right. But I also think he probably went down there on a wire.
Is that you that just try to call me?
No.
No, no, I'm talking to somebody on YouTube. T. Smith, I seen you send me like a message about the knot and a threat that he made on what you call him to the owner of I guess the what you call him club, whatever. And somebody just tried to call my phone. I don't know who it was though. Nah, it's all about to come out. I told you today Monday, man. Today Monday.
It's definitely boiling. Hey, did you see that concept video that Ronnie's sister made when she was like, "I'm just practicing on my Netflix documentary"? You didn't see
Mm-mm.
that?
I did not see it.
Yeah, she's like sitting in her recliner chair, and she's just practicing like speaking English, like words like "John, you love me."
It's all about to come out now, so it don't matter. You know what I mean? All those truths about to be revealed now, so it don't matter, man. Y'all played my boy Ronnie for nobody. He might have been nobody down here, but in the higher realms, Ronnie was a Lyran. He was a light being, right? And I know because I come from the same constellations. But y'all was not supposed to touch the light beings. Y'all in this new ascension process, y'all was not supposed to touch us. Whatever y'all think y'all did, it backfired, and now y'all got to deal with the consequences of it. That's simple as that. Y'all don't know who y'all dealing with when y'all running into these people of the flesh. You know, everybody ain't somebody down here that's just trying to survive. You know, some people was on missions to break generational curses, and he was on a mission to break a generational curse, and he completed it, and he got accepted in. So now y'all got to
Right.
deal with it.
I have a
Y'all
question.
painting him out to be a bad guy down here, but he got accepted in. Why? Because he didn't say nothing bad about that woman, even though she was throwing dirt on his name, right? Even though she was operating out of the ego. He didn't go online and bash her. He tried to stay respectful and just put his truth out there. He stood up to dangerous people. Why? For a child that could possibly be his, right? That's automatic entry into the gates. What is y'all doing? But we thank you for that. We thank you. We really do thank you for that. Promise you. He took a body for a woman. So that's a life that he did not take, that he took the fault for. And then he turned around and lost his life for a child. That's two great deeds in one vessel. Oh, y'all fucked up when y'all touched him. I promise you, y'all fucked up when y'all touched him. Whole Hollywood about to be rocked when this shit roll out. When this truth roll out, okay, y'all gonna put some respect on my nigga name. I promise you that. Watch.
So is it true that she escaped the mental hospital?
She got out the mental hospital, but she didn't really escape it. She got out, and then her and Ronnie ran to, L.A. to try to chase their dreams together because he was so in love with her. He wanted to keep her safe and everything, but then she did some bullshit out there. So he keep on trying to save her from herself, and then she wanting to unalive them. Imagine that. Imagine you down here trying to save somebody from their self, and they get you unalive. Damn.
It's crazy. And baby girl dressed in white on the streets of Baltimore praying for the people.
Imagine, imagine that. Imagine you trying to save somebody from themselves, and they get you whacked. Shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Got to be more careful.
So I was thinking that whenever this, when this all plays out or whatever, and Krishan, does her time for the things that she's done, who's going to get custody of Junior? Will it be her? Will it be Ronnie's side of the family?
It's going to be Ronnie's side of the family because Krishan's side of the family they already showed negligence by being willing to hide it this long. Nobody came and spoke up. Nobody said anything. So you get what I'm saying? That's cruel and unusual punishment to know that baby could have been Ronnie's this whole time and nobody spoke up, nobody said nothing. Y'all watch her torture that baby on a world stage, knowing that his family grieving and going through all of that, and they gotta watch what's left of him get dangled around for Hollywood. For you know what I mean? You see how she dumped him into that damn hot water? I mean that hot tub, jacuzzi, whatever it was. Imagine just imagine you being the mom or the auntie or the sister, right? You're being raised. I kept on wondering why Carlissa not worried about that. If that was really one of her grandkids, she should be furious, but she wasn't. And then she slipped up and said, "If that was my grandbaby, oh, so you know it's not your grandbaby, okay." So whose face did they play in this whole time? Ronnie's. Why? Because he was poor. He was the less fortunate. And they had money. And they dangled, oh yeah, why don't you put it in court? Get it in court. Ha ha. Ha ha, nigga, you ain't got the money. Oh, ha ha. You escaping the law. Ha ha. And they dangled it in his face for content. And they preyed on them. They played on that boy. Either he was going to end up doing something to himself or doing something to somebody else, but they was building up for that crash. They was building him up for that crash for content.
Do you think that Ronnie's family is going to be willing to take Junior to the prison to visit Krishan?
I think so. I don't see Ronnie's family being like a bad family. I think his family is actually like, even though their environment might be bad, they're actually, good-hearted people because look who they raised. They raised Ronnie. And Ronnie wouldn't disrespect women like that for nothing. He cherished women. You could tell he was raised by women. You know what I mean? He didn't go around trying to he was telling his family he gonna get them out. You know what I mean? He the last boy of the family. You know what I mean? He trying to get them out of the hood. He thought if he go and help Krishan, get her dreams, she was gonna help him get his dreams, and then he can get his family out of the hood. But it ain't work out like that.
Wow. Absolutely true.
It's called cohortions of the heart. She used his dreams to get where she wanted, and then when she got what she wanted, she unalived them.
Yeah, and the reason, and also, Krishan's mother was trying to spill the beans to Blue that baby wasn't his. That's why I really think she said a lot on camera that she doesn't want to be questioned about.
I think a lot of people, tried to discreetly step away from this, so they probably seen it hitting the fan or thought it would hit a fan a long time ago. So they all try to make their exit. You know, Coach Calvin's still thinking that he can manipulate. He stayed close to it. You know why? He facing going back to jail. He's already criminal, right? Pastors, he stayed close to it. Why? He already was doing messed up stuff and got that church on some messed up stuff. So of course he was gonna play into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But think about it. If the pastor and Coach Calvin all stayed complicit and everybody played these parts, then all of them should be accountable and all of them should be, you know what I mean? This shit should be big. Like I want an assload of people to get locked up just because they played with us for so long.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. And then you know what?
Because Junior still got to go through some suffering. Remember, they got to break it and then reset it and then probably give him a G tube, you know, hook him up, see about neurological damage, so on and so forth. So Junior still got some shit that he got to go through. So I hope all of them get what they deserve. The Bible says that you wasn't supposed to do this to kids. The Bible said that. It said their punishment shall be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. So they can't be mad at nothing that's about to happen to them, right? If you live by the book, you die by the book, right? Oh no, that's the sword. I'm sorry.
Sword. Yeah.
Think about it. Think about what I just said.
Well, I believe that this is going to be where Krishan really change her life is when Ronnie gets the justice and she has to hold herself accountable for all the things that she's done in secret. I believe that God is going to use her. You know, when you have a call in your life, if you don't use it, if you don't answer the call, God will use it from the prison wall, the graveyard, you know, behind the pulpit, and God's going to use her behind those prison walls because she's going to have to get her deliverance there. She's going to have a lot of time to think and get right, and repent.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of reflection is going to be needed. I don't think that she's, if anything, I think they might have to put her, put her in the padded room for a while, put her in the 7-day lockdown, to see if she's capable. Because, to be honest, like for somebody to be like and have that many chances and so much so forth, and just keep on playing corruption in the world, like I think once the drugs wear off and the realization set in, I think it's going to be hard for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just been sitting in the background. Like I really haven't made any videos about Rashawn. I've just been back watching my discernment. I've been seeing it all play out. I'm like, wow, now it's really coming to light. You know, because she has so many people fooled, and still do.
And still do at this moment, right? And still do. Right now, everybody's looking at everything that people are saying, like all this stuff that's coming out. Everybody's looking at it like, oh, that's AI generated, that's made up. I ran that through this, and it's not real. Like everybody's looking at it like that, but that is the opposite of the truth right now. Like the truth is, all of this stuff that's been going on the internet and YouTube, it all connected. So when you see somebody's life being manipulated by it, it's hard not to see the patterns, especially if you a content creator. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think this is going to be fun. I think this is the summer for it, going into the fall, going into the. You know what I mean? I think this is what. Look, the Lions Gate is about to open. You know what I mean? This August. And I think this was a time for a nice change. Remember, retro, what you call it just came out of retro. So right now, this is the moment for it. If you're able to read the stars, you know what I mean. I don't know if she's arrested right now. I know that the detectives is asking for a paternity test for Junior. I do know that. If that paternity test comes out and it's Ronnie's baby, then lock her up, right? Lock her up, right? Yeah, I think Blue should have to take a paternity test for the baby too to see if the baby's his. Because if it's all if it's all to stay on this Zeus network narrative, right? Then they have to find out who that baby dad is. Because if it's not Blue's, then that means she was willing to unalive people to keep the secret that it wasn't Blue's baby, and she knew all along, right? Okay.
Yep. 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 All right.
So then everything Ronnie said was true. You know what I mean? It gives motive, exactly. So if it gives motive, and you gotta go down that avenue now. You know what I mean? You gotta go down that avenue. You gotta go down that rabbit hole. As a detective, you gotta go down that rabbit hole. You gotta subpoena for a DNA. You got to, because your investigation is banking on that shit. At this point, you have no other leads. You checked everywhere else. It leads back to some internet bullshit or some beef with Quail, or possibly, right? Quail saying that he was trolling because he was told to troll, right?
Yeah, to frame blue.
Right.
To frame blue.
So if Quail's saying that he was told to do that to try to blame Blue, then
That means that's premeditated. What else on the
my fault. I'm just saying. I mean.